2025 is looking like something that is going to break barriers.
Good Time is the best album from Davido.
You think so?
What's Davido? I want to ask you a question. What do you think is Davido's biggest song in his career?
Is
Hear me out. If you're talking biggest Davido song, Davido, Fall, Fire, If. These three songs were in the same album.
But let me tell you something.
Are you kidding me?
Let me tell you something. You listen to music. I try to listen to the production of the music. I try to listen to the lyrics. I try to listen to the message, to the feelings that it's trying to convey as well. So I would say, when I heard some of the lyrics, I started laughing. But from the jump, I knew the production was top tier.
And I always, when we're talking about Davido, I always dub him with Cristiano Ronaldo because it's more of hard work.
Yeah,
He's the most. No one outworks Davido.
Yeah. This song with the, Chris Brown is not a party song. It is not a song that you play at the club. It's talking about you cannot break him down.
See,
it's talking about his life experiences. It's talking about his maturity from before to now.
There is a spirit with Davido. Like, the more you listen, the more you hear. Like, I just gave it a second listen and a third listen, and now I'm listening to it 20 times.
Welcome back to AfroPulse. And guys, we're back with another banging episode.
I'm so psyched.
Literally.
I'm so psyched. Like, it's 2025. We're back. It's been the music in 2025 so far, man.
Crazy.
I'm so happy to be back. Like, yeah, man. Speak to me, bro.
Yeah, bro. So a lot of things have happened this year already. Well, what, 5 months in now? And there's been arguably song of the year. Songs that could go for songs of the year. But today, what it's gonna be about? It's gonna be about Davido. It's gonna be about Baddest. It's gonna be about OBO. That's what we're gonna talk about.
That's
5, man. The 5th studio album. You know,
literally,
it's a big one. It's been a long time coming. It was, we psyched the album a long time ago, and yeah, it's big. Let's make it happen. Davido, bro.
We're talking about Davido. Can you guys remember 2012? Can you remember that era of this new generation or the old generation when they were coming back, when they were coming up at that time, 2012? Can you speak to me about
you mean
humble beginnings of Davido?
The humble beginnings.
Davido,
first banger. You're telling me humble beginnings.
Come on, what are you telling me humble beginnings for, bro? Let me day Whiskey had humble beginnings.
Yeah, but humble beginnings doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't come from money or anything.
Nah, I hear it.
But because he has been very vocal about how he came up with our music.
He did struggle as well.
Someone that was born in Atlanta,
ATL.
grew up in Nigeria. His dad wanted him to school, him leaving school, running away from school, just to chase this Afrobeat, this music. You get. So you guys speak to me about that.
Yeah, man, Davido. I remember he did a YouTube special talking about his the struggle before he came into the industry, because obviously he did school in ATL, and he did come back to Naija, and his dad didn't even know it was in Naija. And he kept on going to studios, making music, and it was more like a black sheep in the family, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because obviously it's come from a very wealthy family.
Stubborn
You get me?
child.
And look at this now, Davido, and that's what I'm talking about. Davido being relentless. Like, he, obviously, you couldn't say he came from humble beginnings because he did have all the wealth and everything, but it was still a struggle to become,
of course,
what he is today. So Davido, big ups.
Literally,
yeah, man.
I think he's done everything perfectly, to be honest. Like, you can see that drive and that passion from Momo Babalo. Like, I still think that was one of my best songs. Like, he came with the vibe, he came with everything, literally.
I think when we're talking of biggest songs in Nigerian music industry of all time, I think that's one of the bangers. Like, everyone, like even everyone, the I don't want to use the word old, but the elderly people,
everyone,
the young ones in the school days,
literally.
Emma Dami Duro,
that's something about
you know what I'm saying?
Everyone jams to Davido.
He doesn't know Dami Duro, so
exactly.
That's
everyone
Davido.
listens to Davido, man.
And look at him now, he's dubbed the biggest in Africa. What he calls himself, King of Afrobeats. He's dubbed the king. I don't know about that, but
you think it's a deserved title? You think? I can give it to him.
You know, if someone says Davido is the king of Afrobeats, I'm like, because obviously I'm FC. I think Whiskey is the GOAT, but if we're going hits for hits, the video has to be up there and he has to be in the conversation.
Definitely,
so I'm not going to
100%.
abuse you if you say it's the king of Africa.
Definitely.
I personally think Wizkid, but at the same time, the video, it's flowers and all.
Yeah,
Definitely.
true. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that later. But before we do, let's talk about his albums. Like you said, Omo Babalo, that was the beginning, and now we're at the 5th one.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that journey.
Is that why I called it 5?
Yes.
Makes sense.
You don't know, bro.
Sense. Yeah, no. I'm just clocking it now.
Yeah.
5th album.
Yeah.
I think you made a
just think
big
about it.
statement
Like
about
literally since 2012, since when Omo Babalo came out, till now, it's just been 5 albums, and he's still been able to remain relevant, and he's still doing his thing. Like, do you know how crazy that is?
That's why it's in the GOAT debate.
But that is true. But for some reason whatsoever, I don't know why he took a step back from releasing albums.
Yeah, I just went to
for a while. He was just
EPs,
releasing
literally.
singles, and the singles, don't get me wrong, they were hits, international bangers. They were even like he's a pioneer of Afrobeats. He carried Afrobeats worldwide as well. So he released singles that went global.
Yeah,
but the albums he took about maybe 6 to 7 years away from producing albums.
I think I will say this though, because obviously the first album was 2012, but I think from post 2012, it was an era in Afrobeats that albums were not really, it was more of just pushing your music and being the top song in Nigeria, in Africa. So the album thingy in the Nigerian music industry and Afrobeats was not everyone was pushing albums until this competition came back again with Wizkid and Davido, and I was like, you know what, let's go albums for albums.
I think the competition has always been there though.
Always been there, yeah.
It's always been there.
But it did take, the first album was 2012.
Yeah.
The next one was about
2019.
That was a long, okay, I know what you mean. I can see what you're saying.
That's a 7-year gap.
That was a 7-year gap from the album. But then he did bare hits.
Exactly.
If we're going singles for singles, Davido is probably up there. It's probably the one as well.
Probably the one in it.
If you realize, Davido gives us hits every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
That's true. International
band.
It's
Always been relevant, and even when he lost his son, that was a sad time for us. We did miss Davido because the industry was missing someone. And
even
he came back with Timeless.
Davido said it. It was like that was when he knew like people had real love for him, and even the haters, they missed him as well.
Of course,
because even all this FC feel as FC as well.
I don't hate Davido though.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not hate him. I mean like you as FC, like everyone missed Davido because of that that gap he took, which was understandable because of that devastating loss.
Understandable.
Yeah, but he did come back, and he did come back
strong.
With a banger.
Playing Timeless album
with a banger.
Mad.
With a banger. I still think that's his best album till date.
But
five is still what, 1 month in.
Exactly.
So we're gonna see how that is.
We'll
see how it is. So we spoke about Omo Babalo. Let's go to his second album. What can you guys talk to me about his second
album? Was that Good Time?
Yeah, Good Time.
You did say something about Timeless being the best album.
Exactly.
Good Time is the best album from Davido.
You think so?
I want to ask you a question. What do you think is Davido's biggest song in his career?
Yeah.
If you're talking,
that is.
Hear me out. If you're talking biggest Davido song, Davido, Fall, Fire, If. These 3 songs were in the same album.
But let me tell you something.
Are you kidding me?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Let me cook.
Yeah. Do you know that album was released in 2019? You know?
Yeah.
If was released in 2017. Fire, I think, was released in 2017, but it wasn't the same year as the album. Or it wasn't with the album.
Was it 2017?
Yes.
I'm not too sure about that, but it's still an album, and there were still songs in the album. And even the collab with Chris Brown. Yeah, you just did blow my mind.
Blow My Mind went far.
So one of his biggest songs as well.
Good Time is, that was a good time. Yeah. That was an album. I remember it was bangers from beginning to the end. Come on.
That is true.
Good Time, personally, I think is Davido's best body of work. And obviously it's, I I also like the way he arranged everything, you know, from good time to better time to timeless.
Literally.
You know,
And
maybe
then now
5 times is
He
what
just
was
didn't
expected. I don't know
what
what
it 5 times.
my guy
He
went
didn't
to
really
5.
want to go crazy with the name because the album already speaks for
No,
itself.
good time.
You understand?
I also want to say this though, because with this gold debate we've always had errors. I think from the best version of Davido, in my opinion, was from the 2017 to about 2020, 2019. That you know, that range was dropping fire.
If yes,
you know, Fall, Blow My Mind. It was Davido was the rent was due back then. If you know what I mean, like.
That was the passion. You can see it inside.
That's
why you get private jet. The parents.
That's why you know what I mean, though. But that's why where it was dubbed King of Afrobeats, because even back then, Wizkid was a bit, you know, because Wizkid did come back with Made in Lagos, but during that time, I think Davido was up there, number one.
Yeah, I remember talking about this in our Wizkid episode, that there was a period whereby I wasn't understanding Wizkid's sound again. Wizkid was transitioning and was trying to master his transition with the sound from the other side.
You all check out the Wizkid episode, though.
Yeah, go check out the Wizkid episode, another episode we've got. This was the period when Davido carried Afrobeats, and I'm saying that with chest. Davido carried Afrobeats that time. 2019, okay, we can say people like Naira Marley came. Even that period, 2017, we had people like Mr. Easy. That was like transition. That was a very transitional period for Afrobeats, because Burna Boy came with a banger.
Bangers.
We had Mr. Easy. Mr. Easy just came, gave us GOAT level production and jackpot and the streets. Exactly.
Naira Marley gave us the streets.
Naira Marley.
Oh, no.
So that was big for Afrobeats.
You understand?
During that era.
That era was so big for Afrobeats. And I would say, as many artists were producing great music, great tracks, everything, I still think Davido was the one that carried it international. That was when, I think that was his first song with Chris Brown. He sang with Summer Walker. The next step is the next album he sang with Nicki Minaj. So that you see what I'm saying? Davido actually exactly, yeah. So that period, I think Davido helped carry Afrobeats to the world.
He also helped carry a lot of artists as well.
Europe. Yeah.
Remember DMW, Davido Music Worldwide, you know, when them Davido, Peruzzi, Mayo were releasing hits together as well as a music label. You get me? So his influence in Africa, I think when you're talking about the gold debate, you have to look at influence.
Yeah.
So Davido did influence a lot of people, and he has always been a giver. You get me? So he's also a great person, great personality, and
personality.
A lot of people, he gets a lot of stick as well. And I don't really understand, because he is a funny guy and he's easy to hate as well. But Davido is...
I won't say it's easy to hate Davido.
I don't know. You know what? Sometimes when you're too good...
Davido is a funny guy.
When you're too good, people are just going to hate.
But you even have to go back to when he started, bro. People did not like him because he had money.
Yeah.
Or his father had money. Does that make any sense, bro?
I don't... In the music industry, like, if you don't start from the gutter, it's more like...
If you know about Shake's story or Whiskey, exactly.
You get me? So
exactly. And my guy was just producing great music, going to school. It was figuring out that his music was blowing up by his friend calling him from the city, calling him in school. So you see, great music is going to speak for itself.
Exactly.
He went, produced music without people knowing his status, without people knowing his father.
That's why
anything.
Hard work, man. I always, when we're talking about Davido, I always dub him with Cristiano Ronaldo, because it's more of hard work. He's the most, no one outworks Davido.
Yeah. I think he's the most hardworking in the industry.
Hard work?
You think so?
I think
bro, Davido is
industry.
Come on. And he did everything by himself, to be fair, with the help of money. But at the same time, bro, money's not everything.
Exactly.
You get me?
Money's not everything, but money can produce.
Money can only take you so
exactly.
far.
Money cannot increase your creativity
at all.
Cannot give you money. Does not give you talent and stuff.
And he knows hits, bro. He knows how to make hits, because people. The reason there was a time people was also abusing Davido, that he was like buying people's song, like it's not a song.
Yeah, exactly. Like you see when people are writing his songs and stuff.
If it's easy, do them. You say collect song, make it a hit. Imagine if Techno, because Techno gave him
exactly.
If. Imagine if Techno sang If.
Or
Peruzzi sang Fire.
Exactly.
Do you know
this song? NSC your body like that. That was Tenny's song. He gave Davido. If Tenny sang that song, will it be a hit?
It won't be as.
Those are sweet songs.
Literally, it's
and
his voice.
Come on, Davido, big ups. And it's 2025, and because of the rise of Burna Boy and Wizkid coming back. I think Davido's work in the Afrobeat industry has been
slept on, isn't it?
Yeah, you get me. And I think we need to celebrate it more.
We need that Afrobeat artist that gives us verses like that, give us lyrics like, when I look into your eyes, all I see is you. Who else is going to give us? That's Davido, man, bro.
And I think that's where the critic comes in. If you ever going to critique Davido, is his wordplay and his lyrics and all.
But guess what?
But it's all about
people act like they hate it, but they sing it.
Yeah, it's melody.
It's melody, exactly.
Like, he has this, making, even if he says rubbish, like he makes it sweet. His voice, even when he stretches his voice, the way the video does. It's not supposed to sound good, but it sounds good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah.
And it's true. Come on, Davido. We have no other choice but to listen to him.
Exactly. Spoke a bit about the good time, moved to the better time. But
was the better time better though?
That's a good thing. Yeah, was the better time better?
It was a good album, great album. I think if there's the album we spent the most money on was probably a better time.
You think so?
The lineup was crazy. The lineup was crazy.
TJ Mori milked Davido for Timeless. So.
How do you have Chris Brown and Nicki Minaj?
I can't lie,
in the same album. This guy as well.
Crazy.
Trap. Is it Lil Baby?
He had Future on that album. Yeah,
Lil Baby had a Future on the album. Probably.
No, I don't think it was Lil Baby, but I know he had Future. He had Chris Brown. He had Nicki Minaj.
He had Lil Baby. I remember the song.
He had Lil Baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's another song, Shopping Spree. He had Young Thug. And so yeah.
Damn.
Timeless.
So he did spend a lot, but I think it was a good. It was a good thing. It was a good album, but I think Davido has produced better and did produce better after that. At the same time, so I think it's all about standards. If a normal irregular artist puts out that kind of album, that could be his best album. Let's be real.
Yeah,
but for Davido's standards, it was a good album, but he has other he has better albums.
I think I would disagree with you a bit though, because you said for Davido's standard, I think a better time is Davido's standard. Obviously, he had better albums, but it was not below average or below his standard still.
But you know what? I when I did listen to the album, I felt
bangers in the album as well.
I didn't get.
You mean back then?
Yeah. Even like in general, now back then, because I still listen to all of his albums, I felt like I wasn't getting the full Davido. I don't know why. Maybe because I wasn't. You know how Davido is. Davido is funny, but he doesn't try to be funny. You see in this new album. If you see my baby, you go shut up.
Yeah.
You get. I felt like I wasn't getting the
Davido's lyric game is not. It's not the best. It's not the best.
He said that.
You get. But guess what? You're still laughing and you still listen and you still sing it, bro.
It's all about, bro. He knows how to try himself. He knows how to work with what he's having. You know what I'm saying?
I said some. That when I look into your eyes, all I see is your. How can you look at? I'll see ways. But yeah, I know what you mean, but it's a preference. But I think Better Time was a good album.
Yeah, because one thing I know about Davido has always tried to stay true to his sound.
Yeah,
like that element Davido. That's you know what you're getting with Davido. You understand? But in that album, I felt like he was trying something different because he did feature a lot of American artists. So maybe that influence.
He is American. You need to.
He is American.
Like what? But you never think that someone like Davido is from ATL. You get like just his energy and everything that he comes with. Like Davido is a whole Nigeria package.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Word. But yeah, it was a good album. It was a good album, I'll be real. So then the next one, before we got Timeless, we had a disaster, should I say. He lost his son.
Yeah.
Ifeanyi.
Rest in peace, man.
Which was very traumatic, very sad.
The whole industry, man.
Yeah. But then it did bounce back.
How did he bounce back?
And it bounced back hard.
Like literally. You have to give him serious credit.
I just need to take this back to what I was saying about hard work. I think he's the most hardworking and one of the most dedicated, because to start off, he's a person that his father had God knows how much. It doesn't need
He
to
doesn't
make
need to
money.
be doing it at all.
So this is what you can say that
tell
this guy
he's doing
actually
it for the
loves
love
this.
of it.
Exactly.
Literally, yeah.
And then I think he's one of the artists that has gone through the most difficult times because people throw Davido, they bring out
always
videos.
trending.
They bring out videos that are not so pleasant, trolling videos and stuff.
If you don't beg me like this, no come on, no,
bro. So like
Davido,
he has been trolled, and he always comes out stronger. He always comes out stronger. It's like the pain feeds him. You understand? So he came with Timeless. Everyone was expecting maybe a different Davido or maybe a sad Davido or something, but no,
literally
he came back
and
with
all the energy.
He came with. Well, I think I have to correct you now. His most streamed song is not If anymore.
I did not say his most streamed song. I said his best song.
It's best.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
People were
because his most streamed right now is Unavailable.
Everybody is
of course now.
But is Unavailable his best song?
No, I don't think it's.
You get what I mean?
Yeah,
I said best.
Yeah.
Bro, the time of
a 50-year-old, 60-year-old would say, "If I tell you, say I love you." You know what I'm saying?
That was my mom's ringtone, bro.
You get me?
That's my
Your
mom's
money,
ringtone.
my body, now your own, baby, bro.
But me play on your Davido.
You get what I'm saying? So yeah, but Unavailable, yeah. That's his most streamed song.
Yeah,
and it's understandable.
He had Unavailable in that album. He had Feel in that album. He had a slow burner, Kante in that album. And even going back to what we're talking about, helping artists, even when he's not in his DMW, his record label, look at artists he helped. He helped Fave.
Yeah.
He helped Morave. Put them in
people like that.
Exactly in his album. You get people. They were upcoming then. They had maybe like one hit or so, but he still gave them that platform.
Yeah, of course.
He still helped them go find their career. Because Kante with Fave, that song is one of Davido's most streamed songs. Imagine what the kind of publicity that would have given to Fave and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. I know what you mean. And
he's just a great person in general.
The personality from Davido as well. There's a reason why he's the most in terms of brand ambassadors and everything, he's the most endorsed artist in Africa.
Yeah.
Martell and the different brands as well he does is also his personality. Like that's why he's also the most expensive to endorse as well.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I don't think he is.
In the industry, because he feels who do you think he is?
It's Wizkid, man.
I feel like Davido's got more character than Wizkid.
It's Wizkid. Yeah, but
the thing about Wizkid, let me tell you about Wizkid. Wizkid chooses.
Exactly.
Wizkid is more choosy. He's like.
Have you forgotten the collaboration with Puma?
Yeah, I know Wizkid.
Of course.
Yeah, and UBA. Wizkid's thingy with UBA as well.
No, I'm talking of Davido's collaboration with Puma. It was supposed to be Wizkid, but that time when he was trying to promote his album Morayo, that was bashing people in general on Twitter.
Wizkid on Twitter. Hey, Jesus Christ.
When he was bashing people on Twitter,
I'm telling
you, he did put out. I don't know how true this is, but he did put out that they could not afford him and stuff like that. That was why.
So that's the reason. So that's the reason. So that's why that's the reason you think Wizkid is the most expensive to endorse.
I think Wizkid is he just puts a crazy price on things. Like it might be unrealistic even.
What I was saying about the video about the endorsement is, if you look at the way he actually puts the brands on his head, it's more like he's his brand as well. So that's why he's recognized everywhere with his endorsements, and Davido is the most endorsed artist in Africa. He is the one, and it comes down to personality as well. He's someone who could work with anyone, and he's just a good guy. It's just a good. I've met Davido before, and it's just a good. Not met. I don't see him before, but I never meet him. I don't see him before. I was wondering. Yeah, I haven't met him yet. I'll say
don't worry, soon come.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, Davido.
And talking about like how Afrobeats has evolved from his beginning, from his humble beginning, to where it is now.
Yeah.
And in reference to the Timeless album, Timeless was mostly Amapiano. You understand? It had lots
and that was what was
Amapiano.
raining at that time, to be fair.
Yeah. Because I saw something sometime that Davido was one of the. Yes, it was.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, it was. was one of the people that brought Amapiano to Nigeria, if not the person that brought Amapiano to Nigeria. He said this by himself. You understand? And I've also seen.
Give it to him. I will give it to him. I'll give that to him. Like, yeah, he did do his thing with.
Yeah,
but we all know that Amapiano is from Thailand.
Champion
like, from
sound.
Thailand.
I said Thailand, not Thailand. What the hell?
This is not Thailand you talk.
Where do you see Thailand
What's
from?
in it? Where did it hear from Thailand?
Bro, I beg. Thailand to the chop Afrobeats now.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Amapiano is actually from, I think, maybe DJ Maforisa also.
Maforisa, Guru, them guys. You get me? It's all South Africa, and
yeah. One reason why I would say why I'd believe that is because of the step he has also taken, because there's a new sound coming from South Africa now, which is known as a 3-step, and it's actually in his album. So he likes to explore a lot, basically. Yeah, and found the sound, pushed it to the world. He didn't care if it's Afrobeats or not, just pushed it to the world. It's all African music at the end of the day. So yeah, talking about sort of a great person that he is, personality, his love for the culture and everything, not only Nigerian culture but Africa at large. Yes, because this guy was actually born in America. You understand? So he just loves the culture and he pushes it out any opportunity he gets, any chance he gets.
Literally.
Yeah, man. And Davido, come on. Davido. The Timeless album. I wouldn't say most of it was Amapiano, because Unavailable, Champion Sound, would you call Kante Amapiano? Would you call Away Amapiano? You know, the one with that guy that sounded like Wizkid. I forgot his name. There were a lot of songs there. But yeah, he did induce the Amapiano sound in the album. And yeah, Timeless is one of the top albums. And I think it was one of the best albums in the year as well. The Afrobeat year. Yeah, Davido, Timeless was a banging album from beginning to the end. It was a banging album. And I was surprised he put that song with Focalistic. He brought it back. Because Davido had a lot of collabs with Focalistic. You know Focalistic, the South African guy.
So he did add it to the album, He did add it to the album.
Come on, man. Let's speak about 5. I'm psyched to get into 5. That's the album, man. Come on.
5 is looking like something that is going to break barriers, that is going to pave ways.
Calm down now.
Small.
Bro, I'm just telling you how I feel about it.
Paving?
It's going to pave more ways.
It's done all right numbers. Good numbers.
All right numbers.
Okay, mad numbers.
For one month.
Mad numbers, but
for 1 month.
It's not the...
Would you say, like, it's already in contest for, like, the top album for
top
Davido album?
Hear me out, though, because I want to know if a lot of people are in this basket can deep what I'm trying to say here. When we first listened to this album, 5 album, more talk truths. It wasn't sounding all right.
That's the thing. You have to give it time, though. Do you get?
But there's a spirit with Davido. Like, the more you listen, the more you hear. Like, I just gave it a second listen and a third listen, and now I'm listening to it 20 times. 25 times. It wasn't sounding all right first. Are we in the same basket?
Yeah, it was the same with
that. I can't lie.
It was the same.
I do relate with that.
But you know what? Me, I listen to music differently. You guys know. So basically, you listen to music. I try to listen to the production of the music. I try to listen to the lyrics. I try to listen to the message, to the feelings that it's trying to convey as well. So I would say, when I heard some of the lyrics, I started laughing. But from the jump, I knew the production was top tier. Because he executively produced.
You expect nothing less from
production. Yeah. He was a producer before, or he's still a producer because he's still producing. But he took this album, the production has been impeccable, I would say. Because look at the Amapiano. It gave us different genres or sub-genres as well.
Telling you, like,
giving us
so much.
Afro-Caribbean vibe with YG Mali, Awuke, giving us our Afrobeats normally with Chike and
Thingy,
giving us Victoria Monet, giving us Chris Brown, giving us Omale, different sounds, different scopes, different projects, different views. You understand? Everything in that album together. Giving us 3 steps again, like I mentioned earlier.
What song was the 3-step one?
It's Don't Know.
Okay.
Don't Know.
Yeah, that one.
Give it a listen.
The thing about Davido is melody. He has this catch, it's always
his voice
catchy.
Is just very catchy, like literally.
And that's why, man, Davido and the song with Omale, bruv.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not get there first. You already know what it is, literally.
The song with Omale, man.
You already know what it is.
The collab with Victoria Monet was...
That one was beautiful. Offer Me,
nice song.
Holy Water. Up there. Holy Water.
A very underrated songs in that album.
You
Holy
guys
Water,
don't sleep on 5.
Anything. I'm gonna ask you guys for your ranking later on.
Okay, no.
I'm gonna ask you guys
for
your ranking. That's where
we're going to get into it.
So yeah, like I said before, I genuinely think this album is going to create ripples in the sea for
don't you think it's too early? It's too early.
No, I can't look. Yeah, bro, you have to do English. You have to add
English now. English and literature. Come on, man.
If you guys don't know what ripples in the sea is, go check it.
Yeah. Go check it out, fam. Because
it's doing good numbers.
People were bashing the album when it first came out.
Of course. Davido is like naturally accustomed to hits.
Yeah, you have no fault but to listen. Literally. You have to listen to the album.
And like I said before, how I listen to music and all of that, I noticed that the song with the Lately song by himself, a song with Chris Brown, Titanium, and a couple other songs.
I'm gonna criticize the song with Chris Brown a bit. I think he wasted a feature.
No, he didn't. And I'll tell you why. I think
if Davido and Chris Brown are gonna jump on a song together, it has to be giving us the same, or more or less the same. Look at
quality.
Saw me.
I'll tell you now that there's no drop in quality.
All the songs.
I'll tell you now that there's no drop in quality.
What are the numbers doing? The numbers are not doing the best.
Look,
in a Davido album, a collab with Chris Brown should be one of the top songs.
One of the top songs.
Agreed.
I would say it's the same thing that you expect.
Hear me out. A collab, Davido and Chris Brown and Davido and Omale. Which song should do more numbers?
Should be Davido and Chris Brown, yeah. But no, you have to also see the type of song he's producing. This song with the Chris Brown is not a party song. It is not a song that you play at the club. It's talking about you cannot break him down. It's talking about his life experiences. It's talking about his maturity from before to now. That is why I think his songs lately, with everything that he has seen, it's still him. But and I think people don't understand.
I'm not saying it's a bad song.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's a wasted feature. Though.
I'm telling you, it's not a waste of feature now.
But
it's not a waste of feature.
You didn't need to feature Chris Brown. If you're gonna feature Chris Brown on a song, you have to give Chris Brown. It has to be Chris Brown's vibe. You get what I mean?
So what is now the essence of versatility in music?
You
cannot say you just sing only your vibe. Okay. You're not gonna sing only your vibe.
You know what? Let's see how the numbers do to back yourself up with what you're saying. Yes, I don't think it's a great song. It's how long has the album been out now? The numbers are not doing too good.
I do wonder. Can you give me your
wonder?
I do wonder. Can you give me your ratings for this? Your rankings for this album, please.
What do you mean, like the best songs on the album?
Yes, please. If you're saying,
I think everybody's best song is With You.
Yeah, it has to be.
Give me your top 5 real quick. Just give me
number one.
That's the best. The second one, it has to be Funds. Funds was a banger even before.
Shout out to Odumodu Black, by the way.
The third, I love the collab with Victoria Monet. Offer Me, I'll give that third. The fourth, I'm trying to remember the songs in my head. Anything was good. The first song of the album. And I liked Holy Water. Holy Water.
Give me your ratings, please.
I can't lie, it's mostly similar, literally, but I think Funds has been out for quite a while, and I think that one I'll give it top spot because, come on, like that was a banger, literally. Shout out to Odumodu Black, like I said, he's been doing his stuff in Nigerian rap, literally. I think he's one of the biggest rappers to come out in Nigeria lately. So the second one I'm gonna say has to be With You, Offer Me with Victoria Monet, Anything. And the last one, this is not easy, you know. Even as a Davido, I mean, I'm not even a Davido fan. Like, guy, it's still not easy.
It's not easy. Just give me your top 5, bro. That's why I'm saying this album is gonna make ripples.
I forgot Be There Still.
Exactly. There's
Be There Still. Oh, that was that didn't even come to my head.
Literally, it has to
I Will Be There Still.
I'm gonna give you my top 10. Funds, number 1.
Yeah.
With You.
Yes.
Secondly, Lately. Third. Fourth, Holy Water. Fifth, R&B with Shensia. Holy Water, Musakis and Victoni. Sixth, Titanium, because of the interpretation of that song. I love it. The song speaks to me. Same with Lately. Seventh, Anything. 8th, Be There Still. 9th, Offer Me. And 10, Tech. People are sleeping on Tech, but Tech is going to make it come back. And with that being said, guys, please let us know your ratings of the new Davido album 5. Let us know it down below in the comment sections. And yeah, stay tuned for another episode. Peace.